are your goals? What do you want to do?
I want to drop body fat. So I'm about 23% right now, and I'd like to get to like 19.
Okay. Any particular reason, or you're just
Summer bod.
summer bod? Okay. What is your date? Like, do you have a date, or is it just like?
I'd like to do it by June.
Okay.
Because I'm going to the beach somewhere, maybe like Mexico or
Somewhere with an ocean.
yeah.
By June.
My birthday is the 7th.
Okay,
So
we'll say 7. Okay. Only reason is it holds a line of accountability a little bit more, so it's not like by June, cool. Well, there's days in
Multiple
June.
days, yeah.
Which day? By June 1st, it's gonna be a lot harder than by June 7th. Obviously, by June 30th, it's gonna be
Right.
harder as well. All right. So walk me through what you do right now as far as food goes.
Food. So for breakfast, I typically eat 2 eggs, one of those English muffins that are like the whole grain ones, half an avocado, 2 slices of bacon, and then sometimes I'll have like strawberries on the side.
Okay.
And that's breakfast. And then I
Everyone does
drink,
the same thing. They wait for that response.
I'm like,
Not kidding. Yeah.
and then coffee. I have my cold brew coconut milk. Then for lunch, I'll have like a lean meat, whether it's like turkey or chicken, and then a vegetable, and sometimes I'll have a little bit of rice. Or I'll go for a salad with ham, like a Greek salad with ham in it. And then I'll eat probably another half of an avocado as a snack. And then after I get done working out, I'll have the Emerald Energy shake with pineapple juice. And then for dinner, it's typically a lean meat again with vegetables and then sometimes rice.
Okay.
And lots of water. I'll drink like a gallon a day.
Alright, so we got the coffee with it. So the only thing I really heard that had anything other than just water in it, that was that little guy. With the coffee with the coconut milk. That's the only thing that's not water that you're drinking.
Typically, and unless I get this in the middle of the day, which is super rare.
Okay.
Now that summer is coming around, though, I typically tend to get these because they're addicting. And then sometimes I'll have coconut water after I get done working out. Or I'll drink like maybe like half a glass, like this much orange juice in the morning.
Okay.
That's
Okay. That's it. Alright. Do you track your food intake at all?
I did for a few days
Okay, why'd you stop?
because it's exhausting.
So
It's hard.
food tracking, so you can take pictures of your food. So like for instances like this exact thing, you have your goal, you want help with it. The best thing for you to do, take pictures of it. So you don't have to be tedious. It doesn't have to be like, okay, I'm gonna download an app, I'm gonna do all this. Take pictures, because then when you come in, it's like I can look at, because what you're saying doesn't sound bad, but the portion control, serving size, things like that may be. So you may be, I may be sitting here thinking, okay, well you're having chicken, maybe having chicken. Or I may be thinking you're having like ham on something and it's ham, and I'm thinking you're having ham. So the big thing with that is an eye opener for you for how much you're really eating. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy. If I wasn't using my phone for this, I could show you. Like I have clients who send me literally everything they put in the mouth for the day, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be good, bad, or ugly. It's just, okay, this is what I had, this is how much of it I had, this is how it looks. Big reason is when you come in, you sit with me or anyone else, we'll be able to look at that and go, okay, so this is about how much you took in per day. Because like right now, when I'm hearing it sounds like you're under eating, and we haven't even gotten into your workouts yet. So okay.
I definitely agree.
Do you find yourself binging on occasion?
No, but I am hungry, or I'll find myself like a little tired, and then I'll try and fill in those gaps with more protein or like a fat.
Okay. So that would be where the tracking would really help, because you're missing, but by how much? How much are you missing by? Because what we don't want to do is, and that's why I asked about the binging, when you're under eating for long periods of time, your body will eventually just seek out food, and it won't care. It'll just go, I need to eat this. So how many days a week are you working out?
Well, before I got injured, before my car accident, I was working out like 5-6 days a week.
Okay. And what are you doing right now?
For working out?
Yeah, like anything as far as...
So now that I'm getting back into it, I'm going back onto my old regimen.
Okay.
So I would warm up like stairs or on the treadmill, and then I do weights and I do splits like like chest and tries, back thighs, legs. Typically I'll hit legs like 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
With legs though, I'll eat a little more, especially in the morning, and then I'll run sprints afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, so you're burning off probably way more than you're already consuming.
When I did track my foods, I was eating about 2,000 calories a day.
Okay. And when was the last time you did your resting test?
A long time ago, and it said my resting was 943 calories.
Let's redo that.
Yeah.
'Cause that
Yeah, I don't
means
believe that.
That's impossible. And did
Yeah.
you fall asleep during the test?
No, Lauren did it in the beginning when she first started.
So
Some music.
segue. So one of the things it sounds like you're under eating. That's gonna be a big part of it. So things that you can use to get that in there. The avocado sounds good. How many servings of vegetables are you getting per day? I didn't hear a lot there either.
Like I just eat in the afternoon and the night. But when I eat vegetables, I'll eat like.
What are you eating, like spinach or lettuce, or are you eating like vegetables?
No, I'll eat like squash, zucchini, broccoli, asparagus, Brussels sprouts. Those are all my go-tos.
Okay. I'm gonna put this on here just in case, just as a reminder for you. So what you're looking for in vegetables, you're looking for about 7 of these a day. So it should be about 14 to 21 servings. So if you leave here today and you're like, I'm eating 7 of those, that's great, but we still need to bring it up. The fiber that goes in is going to help clear out your intestines. It'll aid in inflammation. So when was the last time you did your body fat?
Not too long ago. I don't remember what my inflammation was.
Just take a picture of the scale. Take a picture of everything.
Yeah, I know.
So track that, because that's easy to track too. Because when you're taking your pictures, if you create a folder just for like food and body fat and inflammation, things like that, it'll categorize it. So then it'll have it by date. So it'll be like, okay, today was this. Now if I go back 3 weeks, it'll show you all your food from this way in to this way in. So then I'll be able to see, okay, this is what you ate, this is how it affected your body. This is what you were before that, this is what you ate, that's what got you there.
Okay.
So it does it chronologically for you. So the phone is a great tool, and it doesn't have to be one of those things where you have to think about, okay, this is what I logged, this is what I ate, this is my portion size, this is what I weighed. No. Because since it does it for you, we have a ton of technology at our disposal. We just have to use it for what we need to use it for.
Right.
So,
Definitely.
yeah, I know. 7, this says, actually it's 7 to, crap. 7 to 9, 12, 26, 7 to 9. 7 to 9, this size servings a day. Okay, 3 times 9 is 21.
Now, if I hold asparagus in my hands, does that count as 2 servings? Because they're long.
Well, so that's an awesome question. Depends on how you're holding it. If it's 1 piece of asparagus in 2 hands, no. If it's like, so think about it. If you were to grab it, it's an awesome question, but you would want to grab.
Oh, your fist.
Yeah, so your fist.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a whole entire, like, if you were to go to HEB, it'd
You're
be the
eating
whole
one of
stock
those.
of.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of those things is going to be about 4 servings, give or take.
Okay.
That's assuming you're eating all of it without trimming it.
Right.
Because keep in mind, once you start trimming it, shorter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's an awesome question. So if you're literally grabbing it, that is
Okay.
your serving, or looks
Yeah.
like that. Water intake. So I know you said you're drinking water all day, but how much are you drinking?
So I'll drink, this is 1.5 liters. I'll drink, like 2-3 liters a day. I probably end up drinking like 4 liters, 5 liters a day.
Perfect. So you're already there. What supplements do you take, if any?
I take L-carnitine, occasionally BCAAs, fish oil. I only take 2 a day though. I have the ones here.
Any reason why you only take the 2, or we'll go back to that.
If I forget.
Okay. We'll fix that too. Okay, go.
And then I know I take something else. Maca. And I believe that's it. And then Vegan Max whenever I drink protein shake.
And you did your food sensitivity test, right? That's why.
No, but when I take the whey, I think the casein in it like bloats me up because I feel awful after I drink one of those.
It's highly possible. So,
because I'm definitely not lactose intolerant.
I like cheese.
I love cheese.
So, how do you sleep at night?
Really good.
Okay, good.
I am out. I sleep about 8 to 9 hours a night.
Awesome.
And don't wake up.
And it's good. It's restful. Like when you wake up, you're good to go. You're not like okay, good. Quality over quantity. So that is.
Ever since I stopped my Adderall.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I was asking that.
Yeah.
Making sure you weren't having any lagging effects from that. So one thing you can do to remember to take the fish oil, kind of like you heard me tell Rode the other day, take it all one time before bed. So your sleep quality is already good, but one of the things you'll have happen is when you take it, it'll increase your sleep quality. For you, you're really sleeping well. As you increase your fish oil dosage, you may notice that you have to wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. It's temporary. It's getting rid of inflammation in the body. Since I don't know where your inflammation is right now, I can't tell you whether or not that will or won't happen. So I have to tell you it may happen. Your fish oil, you should be taking 4 of those a day at minimum.
I'm also taking Bucan.
Okay.
Occasionally, not consistently.
When do you usually take that, before or after the workout? Or
After.
Okay. There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think.
Okay. I like the Bucan after. Main reason is it helps recovery. So if you're working out in the middle of your workday, taking it after is actually better for you cognitively than taking it before, because you're going to deplete a lot of the stored sugar in your body anyhow when you're working out. You take that back in, your brain starts to run a little bit better. So take it when you can, but just make sure you take it. So set alarms to remind you to take your supplements, or make sure you're taking them the same time of day. So with the fish oil, since you're going to be taking it in a higher dose, I recommend taking it before bed. You can split it up, and that's perfectly fine, but if you're not remembering to take it before bed, set an alarm to remind you, hey, take my stuff. Again, the technology is there. You don't have to download anything extra. Set the alarm once, and if you normally go to bed at, let's say, 10 o'clock at night, even if you don't normally go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, you set it for that time, it goes off, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll go take it now. I'm going to bed in 2 or 3 hours. The main reason why I recommend taking it then is if in the middle of the night you get that rebounding effect.
I've never gotten that.
Yeah, and you shouldn't, but with a higher dose potentially. And since you're taking ours, you should not get that. And that comes down to quality of the fish oil. So that does start happening. Let's say you switch to the Costco brand, that will potentially happen because it's not the same quality. It's not as refined. Mm-hmm. So set the alarms to remind you to take your supplements. The main reason is you can't forget if the alarm goes off. It may not be instant. It may not be one of those things where you get up and go get it, but take it. Do you take vitamin D at all?
Nope.
Do you get 15 to 20 minutes of sun exposure daily?
Not currently,
Okay. So
but I definitely will.
Okay. I'm gonna put this on here too. So the thing with the vitamin D and sunlight. So vitamin D helps with a ton of stuff that's going on in the body. It actually affects you at a chromosomal level and decreases the rate at which you age. So, 1, it's fat soluble, so take it with fish oil. 2, depending on how much body fat you have, so right now you're at 23%, it's not necessarily an exorbitant amount, but it will block some of the vitamin D that's coming from the sunlight because it's absorbed by sun. So what ends up happening is as your body breaks down fat, that vitamin D will actually get infused back in your system, which is awesome. So taking a vitamin D supplement will be beneficial until your body fat drops a little bit lower. Then getting in the sunlight is going to be all you need. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at 15 to 20 minutes. It doesn't necessarily mean if you turn around and go 45 minutes to an hour, it's going to be any better for you. It's just that 15 to 20 is going to be your vitamin D dosage. After that, whatever you choose to do is on you. You're a grown woman, you make your decisions. I know some people are afraid of the sun. There are pros and cons of being in the sun for long periods of time. We don't want anything. We don't want you burning. We don't want any of that happening. We don't want you putting anything on your skin that's going to make you darker faster. But you do want to get a nice, as even tan as best you can. Obviously, it helps with mood. Vitamin D from the sun helps with mood. Vitamin D either way helps with mood. The sunlight itself helps to reset your circadian rhythm. You're not having that issue with going to sleep, so I'm not too worried about the reset there. But it will help with mood. It will help with insulin sensitivity and everything else. So, make sure you get that in. Especially if the goal is to drop body fat, you want to get your insulin sensitivity as high as possible.
Yes.
There's no right answer. But yeah, let's see. Did you say multivitamin?
No.
Why not? Okay. So with the multivitamin, since you don't have a reason, I'll give you the whole thing. A lot of people look at multivitamins like, well, they're a waste. I'm going to pee out, what I don't need. Correct. But there's no way for me to look at you and tell you what you do need. So when you look at it, it's a shotgun approach. If you're not getting the full 21 servings of vegetables per day, which would be the 9 fist-sized portions, then you're going to be missing. But the other thing is when you move, when you sweat, every time that you do any of that, you're wasting vitamins. Literally, they're coming right out of your skin because most of them are water-soluble. So what the multivitamin does is it fills in all the gaps that would have been there if you weren't getting the vegetables in. The vegetables are refilling the gaps after you start sweating.
Okay.
So definitely get it in. You'll feel better. So multivitamins, people start taking them, they're like, I don't feel any different. You're not supposed to feel different. You're supposed to feel the same because this is normal for you. And I think I've said that to you before. Normal is this. When it changes, it'll change subtly enough where you won't notice it changed until about a month from now. So in about 21 days to a month, you're going to be like, oh, hey, I feel better. Yes, because it's such a subtle shift.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where it's not like a cup of coffee. You take it and you feel instantly different. It's one of those things where you take it and you're like, okay, what now? And that'll keep happening. It'll be a snowball effect, and all those things will actually add up in your system, especially with vitamin D, because that'll actually boost your metabolism too.
Cool.
So, and it's subtle. It's not one of those things. It's not like a cup of coffee where you're like wired. It's just gradually over time you'll have more energy. You'll actually put out more heat throughout the day. You'll actually sweat better when you work out too. So if you do have any off days as far as food goes, you sweat a lot now.
Oh yeah, I'm super sweaty.
Well, that's good. You want that.
Yeah.
But that goes back to why you need to be taking a vitamin. Because the more you sweat, the more of those vitamins are literally left on a towel somewhere. So we don't want that so much. So sleep is good. Track your food. You didn't talk about the sauna at all. You're already sweating. Would you have time to get in the sauna?
When I do, I definitely do it. I'll do like contrast therapy too. I really enjoy doing that.
Sweet. How long are you spending in there?
Well, if I do contrast, an hour, hour and a half.
Okay.
And then regularly, honestly, I don't remember the last time I just sat in the sauna and then it was over. Typically, I'll go back and forth to like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, perfect.
So, but each time is like 10 to 15 minutes that I'll spend in there and then go shower.
And then, okay, so you can actually make it, and I did this today, and I found it was 1,000 times worse than the cold shower. By worse, I mean better, of course. Go from the sauna to the lap pool.
Oh yeah, I do that too.
Okay, good. It's cooler. It sucks more heat out of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're in the cold shower, even in the water downstairs, it's supposed to be about 65 degrees. The pool itself is about 76 degrees. So the pool sounds warmer, and it sounds like it's not going to do as much. But exactly, you're completely immersed. There's no little pocket of anything that's not getting wet. So it's going to pull the water air out of you.
Armpits, I'm always like this in the shower.
Yeah. So when you just get in the pool, it's going to be a ton easier. And then when you start shivering in there, and then you switch from shivering to not shivering, your fat metabolism actually starts going up.
Okay.
So it's actually huge. You're not doing anything impactful. So when you talk about recovering from an accident or things like that, that's something you can do that has literally no impact on your body. There's no jarring. There's no aches. There shouldn't be any aches or pains. But the sauna itself and the cold will actually cause an increase in growth hormone and testosterone, which will force you to recover faster from anything, whether it's workouts or an accident.
Awesome.
So your big steps between now and the next time that I sit with you, start taking a picture of your food.
Okay.
So the only thing that you're really missing, from a supplement standpoint, is multivitamin, vitamin D. Would I say run out and grab them right now? Yes, I think they're beneficial and you should be taking them, especially with the goals that you have. Do I think they're going to help massively in the long run? Yes. Short term, are they going to boost you to get you basically, 20-something days from now? No, more than that. Where are we? It's April. So like...
Yeah, like a month and a half.
Month and a half, yeah. So in a month and a half, do I think they'll have a profound impact on your overall goal? Yes. By the end of next week, no. So don't leave and say like, okay, this is the miracle cure, I'm fixed, this is everything I need. It's going to be more of a time and time again. How would you rate your stress levels?
I'm pretty not so stressed.
Okay.
I like to meditate, so
Okay. That's awesome.
that helps.
It does. That's a lot. The sauna, the hot and cold contrast is huge. Meditation is huge for driving down stress. So when you look at this too, I keep putting things under the established column because of things you're already doing. But if you start having a backslide, it also allows me to go, okay, well, are you still doing this or this or this? So when you look at this, obviously you don't need to do it, you're already doing it, but it reminds me that we talked about it. And then also, okay, well, I'm not getting the sauna anymore, I'm not meditating, I'm stressed out. Cool. Why aren't we doing these things anymore? So that actually is the biggest thing when people start sliding backwards. The other thing I would say is do your food sensitivity test.
I keep wanting to, and then I keep putting it off. Sometimes I wonder if I'm sensitive to avocado, but when I eat it, I don't bloat up. But for some reason, every time I go downstairs and I get my shake, I can bloat it. But
It could be a combination there. So sometimes if you have a low-grade sensitivity like an avocado, but then you have a low-grade sensitivity to spinach, and you have a low-grade sensitivity to something else, well, you've got a whole bunch of low-grade sensitivities together, and it's going to be that high, I'm bloated, I feel bad, whatever else.
Yep.
So it could be that you are allergic to a combination of things. When you eat them individually, they don't bother you at all. And you know this, but if you have a sensitivity, it's not the same as an allergy, you don't get that outward reaction. But if it's in your system, it could be two things. You may not be getting as much fiber as you think, and the Emerald Energy may have a little bit more fiber, and it causes a bloating because your body is, basically processing all that fiber, which is great, but you don't feel good afterwards. Or if it's a bunch of low-grade sensitivities, it's going to mess with your system because your body's going, listen, you just drank poison. I don't like that. Don't do that.
yeah.
So that could be something to look at. If you're doing it, like I said, if you're doing it individually, if you're doing spinach, and you're doing avocado, and it's orange juice, right? Or what else is there?
Pineapple.
Pineapple. And you're doing all those things individually and nothing happens, you could either up the dose, you do a whole avocado at one time and see if it happens. If you do a whole avocado at one time and you get that same bloated feeling, it could be the avocado. If you do a whole bunch of spinach at one time, you get the same bloated feeling, it could be the spinach. I wouldn't recommend a ton of pineapple juice because it's a ton of sugar. So even though it's great for digestion, it's a great digestive aid. It's great for sinuses as well because it's loaded with bromelain, which you should be taking too because of the sinuses.
Yeah.
Bromelain and quercetin. Yeah, they should have a combination. We have quercetin in our online store, but we don't have one that's combined that I know of.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. So just check it out. We may have something on there. I just may have missed it. I know we used to have DMG, which was quercetin and bromelain in like a super high dosage, which helped a ton with allergies. So then we have to have something like it. I'm just off the top of my head, I'm not coming up with it. We used to have a bunch of stuff on there that was really cool. So what questions do you have for me?
For food wise, timing,
Okay.
for example, is there anything that I should switch around?
Based on what you said, it sounds good. Like I said, when I see the pictures of it, I'll be able to say, yeah, this is not so good.
When I eat rice, it'll be, sometimes I go a little overboard with rice because I really like rice. It'll be like an entire hand, like
this, or just like that?
like.
Okay. It's about a serving.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
then chicken breast, it'll be like this big, that thick. Yeah, I'll eat a whole entire chicken.
Yeah, so that's not bad. So you're basically
Okay.
looking at, that would be about 8 ounces of chicken.
Okay.
So it's not bad. When you look at that from a calorie standpoint, 8 ounces is only about 200 calories. And that's where people kind of get screwed with healthy foods because if you have a whole pound of chicken, it's only 400 calories.
Yeah.
So if you would eat a whole pound of chicken in the course of a day, plus a whole pound of broccoli, it's still only 300 calories.
Okay.
So that's 2 pounds of food, very low calories.
Ooh, I drink a lot of alcohol. I totally forgot about that. You asked if I drink anything else except water.
That's why I asked like
Alcohol, yes, you should have reminded me that part. That is like water.
Yeah. So that would be where we'd have to see also the other carbs that are coming in your system.
Yeah.
Because like I told you in the past, those respond like carbs in your system.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of other things that happen, but when you get alcohol in your system, your body burns that off first. Then afterwards, it burns a bunch of sugar. Then eventually, it gets back to burning fat. So we have to see kind of what the volume is, and then literally get rid of all other carbs throughout your day. to make up for what's about to go into your system when you drink.
Okay.
So,
So, I mean, what would be like a decent amount that I could drink? Because I like wine and vodka. And I'm
don't put them together.
trying to. Well, I mean.
So I mix wine in my vodka, and it's fine.
Actually, I use wine as my mixer. But I'm trying to get into like club soda and lime with vodka because normally I drink ginger beer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to make that switch because ginger beer has a lot of sugar and I hate the sugar-free one.
Yeah.
So if I'm to continue drinking, is that?
Yeah, the vodka, and I think it's supposed to be tonic though.
Ugh, no.
Well, the club soda has a ton of sugar.
No, it has salt.
Yes, okay. Tonic has the sugar, club soda has the salt.
Okay.
That's fine. I always get it backwards, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's fine. Because
Okay.
at that point, it's basically just sparkling water and vodka.
Okay. So how many like calories would my body think that the vodka is, like, sugar-wise?
So it comes out to be
Per
about
shot.
32 grams per, no, 24 grams per shot.
Okay.
So when you look at it, I don't think
Now,
it's-
how many like carbs should I be eating a day, do you think?
it depends on how many drinks you're having. Yeah, so when you look at,
I'll probably drink around like 6, 7,
yeah, so no carbs.
typically doubles.
A day?
No, like
Oh,
on
okay.
weekends.
Oh, that's
like,
what I asked. I was
probably
like, how many a
3
day?
or 4 days a week.
Oh, so yeah, I would keep your carbs relatively low around that then.
Okay.
Still keep them low because it's still going to be a surge in basically carbs and sugar in your system.
Yeah.
So when you have 1 ounce of vodka, it's about 64 calories. When you look at it, it shows up as actually absolutely nothing, but your body processes it as a sugar.
Right.
So it's going to give you 16 grams of carbs per ounce.
Per shot.
Yeah, so if you're having a double, it's 32. If you're having a bunch of doubles, it's just goes
Yeah.
up from there. So, I mean, technically, you get away with like 4 doubles
Okay.
and be okay.
Okay. And I wouldn't have to like change anything.
Depends. Like, I would want to see how many grams of carbs you're actually, or how
Yeah.
much carbs you're eating, like normally. But on the days you're like if it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday thing, or whatever the
Right,
4
no,
days
that's
are.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I would say on those days, don't have any carbs, but up your fat, because the fat will bind to the alcohol and help some of it not get absorbed.
Okay, and so what about when it comes to staying coherent? Like, because normally you have to eat carbs in order.
Fat.
That's the best. Okay.
So fat binds to it, so you can't absorb it. The reason why
Okay.
you eat the carbs, it absorbs from the alcohol and slows down the absorption, but the fat will actually stop from being absorbed altogether.
Okay, and then what kind of fats would you recommend?
It could be something as simple as eggs, almond butter, higher fat in your meats. So eat like a higher fat turkey instead of a super lean ground
Okay.
turkey.
When people say like that they eat coconut oil, you just like straight up like just
You
eat
can,
it.
yeah. Or you can put it in your coffee.
What are some other ways?
You can put it over veggies. Like you can melt it
Yeah?
on broccoli, yeah. Or put it
Okay.
over veggies. Yeah, I mean it's the same as any other oil. Like if you put olive oil on something, oil and
Yeah.
vinegar, things like that. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's that weird initial first time
Yeah.
you do it, it's like, oh, why am I doing this? This
Yeah.
is gross, this is gross, this is gross. And then it goes down and you're fine.
Okay.
Usually it is easier to heat up, mix into something as far as either coffee or something else, not necessarily just taking it straight. I put it on veggies. It's easier that
Okay.
way. It's either in my coffee or on my veggies.
And how much should I actually put in? If I'm eating like half an avocado a day with the types of meats that I'm currently eating.
Maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons.
1 or 2? Okay. Cool. I can do that. I'm going to start doing that today.
Sweet. Sounds good. I'm going to add that to your list. Any questions for me?
No. Do you have any other recommendations?
For preventing you from drinking?
No. So I feel like that's the only issue I've had because I've been on this diet for about like 2 or 3 weeks now. Whenever I stopped like consuming all that coffee that I was drinking.
Yeah.
And I've seen like maybe like 5 pounds drop, and that's it. And then I kind of just stayed stagnant.
It could be the alcohol.
Yeah.
So from a physiological thing, when you think about what alcohol is, it's a disinfectant. So if I were to give you rubbing alcohol, you would disinfect something and you would know that it's sanitary. It's the same concentration. It's not the same concentration, but it's the same base element. Yes, there's yeast, there's other things in there, but it's still going to have a sterilizing effect. They used to use whiskey as a sterilizing agent before they performed surgeries. So if you're thinking about it that way, it's going in, it's sterilizing your gut bacteria. So the only thing that we could really do is work on dropping down the total alcohol concentration, upping the fats around when you're drinking so that they don't get completely, neutralized as far as the gut bacteria. But that sounds like the one thing that's inhibiting you, because the food portion sounded good. Like I'd say, it sounds like you're under eating a little bit. So bringing up your foods, modifying that would be fun, would be a good place to start. You're already doing the hot and cold alterations, so you're not bad there.
And how often would you recommend doing that?
If you could do it daily.
Daily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. You don't follow my page.
Yes, I do.
It's on there. We have the 21-day challenge, and I put a whole bunch of articles on there as far as the hot and cold
Totally
therapy.
do follow you on the eat the fiction nutrition, not fiction.
Nutrition, not fiction page.
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally follow that.
We'll start posting on there your
Okay.
time in the sauna. This way I can see that you're actually doing it.
Okay.
Because it's another way to keep it accountable. Yeah, it's another way to keep you accountable. So when
Yeah.
you really think about it, like I said, technology is great. So I started that page to keep people more accountable, give them more access to information and stuff like that. So it's there, use it. And it filters it for me because it's not my work email, it's not this, it's not that. When I open that up, I usually dedicate an hour to getting back to anyone's questions and whatever else. So I have the time set just for that. So it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. So you can do it, and then like some people are just commenting on there that they did it, and I can see, okay, cool, you did it, that's awesome, this is where you are, what to expect. I'm also posting on there what I'm experiencing while I go through it, so that you don't have to worry about, is this normal? You can see other people are like, oh shit, this was horrible, so you can do it.
Yeah.
It's just the extra accountability, because now you have to report that you
Yeah.
are doing it. So do it if you do it, I would say do what you're doing. Back and forth, go for the time. Because all you're doing is when you're in the dry sauna, you're increasing insulin sensitivity, increasing growth hormone output, detoxing the body. When you get in the water, you're cleansing all that crap off your system, but then you're increasing testosterone production, and you're female, it's not going to be super high, but you're increasing the production there, you're increasing IGF-1. When all of those things combine, your body changes very rapidly. Plus, there's a massive change to cardiac output and thermal regulation as well. So just doing that, it doesn't simulate the effects of working out, but it has a very similar hormonal effect as if you worked out. So if you did that for 30 minutes and then you did a workout for an hour, it's basically an hour and 30 minutes of working out.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
All right.
You might as well
I'll
make
start
use of
getting
it.
back on it then.
Good choice.
Yep.
Very good
For
choice.
sure. Because it's fun too. I enjoy doing that.
Good.
Yeah.
And it should be nice and simple too.
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting is awesome as far as what it does in your system. It's one of the few times your body is actually fasting. So you hear a lot about people doing fasted cardio. In reality, if you ate dinner last night and then got up at 7 o'clock this morning and did cardio, assuming you ate dinner at 7 o'clock last night, you still technically have food in your system because your body's going to clear after about 24 hours. So intermittent fasting, whether you're doing like a 16 and 8, so you don't eat for 16 hours, eat for 8, or if you're doing like a 20 and 4, whatever it is, you have the ability to actually clear out your system. It does increase, potentially, depending on your blood sugar regulation, it has the potential to increase growth hormone, it has the potential to increase thyroid output, it has the potential to increase insulin sensitivity as well. If you have poor blood sugar regulation, you're just going to end up increasing cortisol, stress, and sugar production. So that's where that goes, yeah. So for you, potentially, it may not be the best idea.
Okay.
But you can always try it. I'm not telling you not to do it.
Yeah.
But
I'd
you
pass
have
out.
to, yeah. So then no. Then
Okay.
in your case, so anytime that there's a diet structure or a diet plan, that is only based on how well it works in your body, in your schedule, in your life. If it's not good for you, good for your schedule, good for your life, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So any plan that you come to, I can tell you what it is, but if it doesn't work for you, don't
Don't even do
It's a
it.
waste of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Okay, just curious.
all right.
Awesome.
All right.